Hi, I'm Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 3, Section 3, Number 10, which reads, in the xy plane, the parabola with the equation y equals x minus 11 quantity squared intersects the line with equation y equals 25 at 2 points, A and B. What is the length of AB? We're going to see that there's kind of a final trick that College Board puts in this question. It has to do with the answer choices. But first of all, as soon as you see the word intersect, if you look on a graph, what's the intersection point? That's also the solution to the system of equations. So anytime you see the word intersect, make sure you do a system of equations. This one's a pretty simple system of equations. If y equals 25, in place of y, you're just going to put 25. So we write 25 equals x minus 11 quantity squared. And we're going to look at this the simple way first, and then we're going to do another way that's kind of more foolproof, but does take a little bit longer. So the easy thing to do is take the square root of both sides. So in that case, I'm going to put the x minus 11 on the left side. X minus 11 equals, so if something squared equals something else, keep in mind that it's a plus or minus answer. Students all the time will say x minus 11 equals 5, and then they'll say x equals 16. They add the 11 to both sides. They choose answer choice D, but it's not asking for the value of x. It's asking for the length of AB, which is going to be the distance between the x's. This x being 16, this is actually 16 comma 25, because it told you already in the original equation that y equals 25. So it's just a point, not a length. So if something squared equals something, it's plus or minus. So in other words, x minus 11 also equals negative 5. Then if you add the 11 to both sides, you get x equals 6. So this coordinate is actually 6 comma 25. If you get two coordinates and the y's match, then the distance is the difference of the x's. So this answer is 10. Now, if the x's match, then the distance would be the difference of the y's. So what's that other approach that I was talking about? Let's look at it. So sometimes students will do instead is they'll say 25 equals x minus 11 quantity squared, and then they'll FOIL the right side. Remember, 25 equals, that is not x squared minus 121. It's x minus 11 times x minus 11. And then you FOIL x equals, and you get x squared minus 11x minus 11x plus 121. Then you get 25 equals x squared minus 22x plus 121. And remember, quadratics should always be set equal to 0. So subtracting the 25 from both sides, I get x squared minus 22x plus 96 equals 0. Now, if you get a big number like this, 96 we get here, what I find helpful, if you're like, oh crap, how am I going to factor that? You take your 96, you make a little t-chart there, and you know that you need two negatives because you got to multiply to get a positive, add to get a negative. If you think about the square root of 96, it's going to be between 9 and 10. It's a good starting point. So 10 doesn't go in evenly, 9 doesn't go in evenly. Does 8 go in evenly? Yeah, I could split it as negative 8, and 8's going to go into there negative 12 times. Now, if I add those up, I do not get negative 22, so I'm not there yet. Does negative 7 go in evenly? No, it does not. So negative 6. How many times negative 6 go in? Well, it goes in negative 16 times. And when you add these up, you do, in fact, get negative 22. So you have it factored. X minus 6 times x minus 16. That's going to equal 0. And so your values for x here are x equals 6 and x equals 16. Remember that last step is x minus 6 equals 0, x minus 16 equals 0. And then you add your 6 to both sides, add your 16 to both sides. Most of you be able to just see this and know if your two x's are 6 and 16, then the difference once again is 10 because your y's are the same. Your y's are 25 for both those. Remember that coordinate is 6, 25 and 16, 25. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like, share it with someone who has trouble with quadratics, or you can leave their name in the comments. You could also post in the comments any question that you have about any SAT or ACT or PSAT question, and click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.